Miss Morika, read out the ones you have.
Okay.
Please, let's pay attention.
Hello, everyone. How
Hello.
parents can support their children to thrive better. Number one, quality time. We should give our children quality time after school as parents. We should create time, make it a priority. Number two, open communication. Some parents don't really know what happens in school or what the child is going through. So communication matters as well. Extra lessons. The, the parents might not have
The time.
so much time
And the
or
skill.
might not have, yes, the skill. So lesson matters too. Homework, they should make sure the homework of the children are done. Then reinforcement. You find out what your child is learning and also reinforce. Because practically, we know parents that do that and their children do well.
Yeah. Okay,
That-
if you don't even, understand exactly what is going on in class or about the content, you're free to ask the teacher. Meet with the teacher, go online, because we want to help the child so that we don't also teach the wrong thing. So if you don't understand, just ask, feel free. Communication. Regular communication is key in this regard. Okay.
All right. You ensure you reduce distractions because there are a lot of distractions at home. TVs, phones constitute distractions. Thank you.
Thank you. Major distractions. Is there any other leader that is ready? Or do we have the same thing she has read? We'll just take another one quickly and we'll.
Okay.
Okay, Miss Nora.
I have one here. It's a constant and consistent review on lessons taught at school.
The same thing the first speaker read. Constant and consistent review of what is done in school, at home. Yeah, that is key.
Okay, and here, modeling the behavior you want to see, like creating emotional safety for them and adhering to strict schedule regarding screen time.
Motioning, monitoring,
Modeling.
modeling, yeah, modeling for them. Yeah, we are role models. When we talk about reducing screen time or digital time, and then you come back from work and you see that some children, they tell us a lot. They tell us a lot. Why did you do your homework this way? You barely copied from the textbook. You didn't do studies. Your mommy didn't help you. The child will tell them, my mommy was pressing phone. The way they say it, my mommy was there pressing phone. My mommy was there watching. There's one cartoon the child mentioned, you know. So you have to model what you want them. Read your book, leave TV, drop your device, and you're there at the corner pressing your phone for 3 hours. How will the child do otherwise? So restriction, discipline, self-control will help us help the children to thrive. Okay, is there another person?
Yes, please. I have more.
Okay.
They should show interest in their education, especially their hobbies too. Know what they like.
Yeah.
Encourage them in reading culture
Yeah.
and establish their routines as well.
Thank you. Encourage effort, not results. Because they are not going to improve overnight. It's going to be gradual, consistent. So encourage the effort and not the result. Don't focus less on the result. Okay.
Okay, for parents in this group, they are saying that the first way they support their children is payment of school fees. And
Yes, yes. Yeah.
and and they try to support their children, do their homeworks, and also ask them areas of difficulties in their academics, and they will try to ensure that they prompt them to carry on their next tasks. And for a parent that has a special learner, she said that she tries to focus on her child's strength and not the child's challenges. And then she does daily encouragement and self-advocacy. She supervises sees all his activities, internet activities. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so I believe, are they different or the same? You have other, okay, so if they're almost the same, they are the same. So I believe we have learned from this session now the different ways we can support our children to thrive. We must be there. You can't shy away from it. You must give them your time because you can't afford to fail God. Where are these children that he gave to you? You can't afford to fail God. We can't afford to make them not to thrive. We can't afford to not to allow them grow to their potential because we are busy or we are shying away from responsibility. Your primary career is what? The children's success. Is that taken? I'll conclude with this short story. Oh, a hand is up.
Good morning.
Good
Please,
morning.
I wanted to add also proper nutritional breakfast before they leave home for school.
Key.
So
A
that
sound
the child
clap for
can
her.
assimilate everything the teacher is saying and understand properly. And also, on this show, the parents also asked me to add special needs children to also assist them.
Yes. When we talked about children with learning difficulties, it's about that. Health issues and disabilities. These are also obstacles that inhibit children from learning. We have to tackle all that. Collaborate with the school. When your child is off, have to do a lot there to make the child bounce back by working hand in hand with the teachers. The teachers, they are working with many children. It might escape them. They may not remember to give in that attention. But when you collaborate with the teacher consistently, the teacher will do that. Sometimes I've had to tell parents who tell me one or two things, give me one or two reports, I will say, please, just flash me in the morning so that I will not forget because there are too many things here. And it's not out of place. We do that. So sometimes communication is just key. All right, so I'll conclude with a short story of a little boy, two boys from one single mother who were basic learners. One of them didn't love reading at all. He didn't love reading, and he wasn't doing well in school. He was struggling. This happened in a little community in the US. And so one day, like the prodigal son, the mother woke up and said, no, my child must thrive. The mother wasn't so educated, but she resolved to change the story of her child. And what did she do? She changed some of the patterns, regular patterns at home. She stopped them. She reduced their TV time from 7 days in a week to 2 days in a week. She reduced it gradually until she withdrew it. She also, on her own, after the day's work, during weekends, after work, took the boy to the public library and encouraged the child to keep reading. And the child, gradually, the interest was developing. The child started reading. She moved on to making sure that the two children read 2 books in a week and write reports on the books. And after a few weeks, the children's history said that the children started running home after school to go and complete their stories. And that was how reading culture was ignited in the children. One of them loved reading a lot. And at the end of the day, the child, according to history, became one of the greatest neurosurgeons in 1987. Who was that? Beautiful. So, don't give up. We used to say here that no child, no height is unattainable. If we put in effort, consistent and intentional effort, motivate the children, inspire them, every child will thrive. Thank you, and God bless you.
Wow. That was super awesome. And we are deeply grateful to you, ma'am, for that enlightening session on the home/school partnership. So it is clear that when we work together, our children flourish and win. Thank you so much, Mrs. Helen Asobi. We have discussed the brain and the importance of our partnership. Now, we move into the heart of our daily work with our children to show us how to turn these concepts into habits. We have Evangelist Fome King Jacks. She will be speaking on supporting focus, encouraging emotional regulation, building routines, and strength-based parenting. Please join me in welcoming her as she gives us the tools to build a thriving home environment. But before we do that, let's look at the slide as we know a little about Evangelist Fome King James. Thank you. Media team.
Okay, I'm told that the projector may not project it, but the audio will play. Let the audio play.
He's a Nigerian Pentecostal evangelist.
And, excuse
Evangelist Enifome Ibi Kings Jack is a Nigerian Pentecostal evangelist, a superlative cornucopian teacher, the burning furnace with a cathartic, charismatic voice that makes bold the name of Jesus in every space. Evangelist Fome is the president and founder of Know God More International Ministry, fondly called KGM, headquartered in Abuja, Nigeria. This ministry is an expression of abilities, a commission that is based on using God's word to equip and raise spiritual giants, who in turn raise others. Weekly Thursday meetings are also held to create the agape bond. Evangelist Fome is constantly determined to study and obey God's law and teach them to God's people. With her passion and limitless frontiers, she also functions in online digital platforms, where she is the host of the annual November Prayers for Men, host of 52 Days for 52 Weeks of the Year, the host of the weekly Saturday Local Assembly, the host of the weekly popular Mondays Are Made for More with Kiss FM. Under her online and on-site teachings and healing sessions reigns undiluted power and grace of God. Evangelist Fome is a guide and model of knowledge. She holds a BSc in accounting from the University of Benin, a postgraduate diploma in education from the University of Port Harcourt, and a postgraduate in inclusive special education from the University of Roehampton, London. She is the CEO of Lucky Fet Nigeria Company, a brand known for versatile hospitality and training. As a co-founder of Tammy's Initiative Foundation, the co-founder of the Center of Autism and Awareness, the founder of the KGM Scholarship Scheme, KSS, founder of the KGM Entrepreneur Empowerment Scheme, KEES, and the founder of the KHICS Educational Grant Track, her focus is to provide scholarship for the less privileged children from early years down to university, as well as empowering men and women with startup funds, focusing on building gods in the market space. Evangelist Fome's functionality in special education has created a niche as she has lifted countless families from hopelessness to finding defined path with revealed destinies, going from state to state, advocating trainings on how to raise special needs children. As a business executive, she thrives in her industry, defying all given obstacles. Evangelist Fome is the Director of Studies of the prestigious Karen Hapuch International Christian School, KHICS, a citadel, in the FCT. Evangelist Fobe is a renowned counselor with the family unit, author, songwriter, composer, and a mouthpiece of God. She is a beautiful example.
What happened again?
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. I want to celebrate Miss Helen, Miss Joy. I enjoyed your section so much. Miss Helen, thank you so much for what you're doing here. And I'm able, Mommy Praise, Dr. Praise, and the wonderful entire family of Praisel family. Thank you so much for having me here this morning. Such a great pleasure and a great honor. Today, I'm here with my husband. Please help me celebrate Dr. Kingsdraft, under whose shoulders I'm standing on. Thank you so much, husband. Somehow we have to push him out. All right, good morning. The topics have been very interesting because I believe that it's actually opening our eyes to who we really are and the endless abilities that we have when it comes to raising up children. Whether you are in the space, in the school, in the environment, or as a parent, or as a guardian, the goal is the same. The goal is that we will have to thrive together. That's the goal. It's the same. If a child comes into your school, there is a goal in your heart. The goal is for that child to thrive. If you are a parent, immediately you give birth to that child. The goal is for the child to thrive. The entire society is not expecting a child not to thrive. Everyone is expected to thrive. Although we have things and we've seen deviant characters, but the ultimate goal actually is for us to thrive together. And so this topic is such, this program is such an amazing program. It's termed Thrive Together Initiative. For me, I would like to say it is a holistic, or these are the holistic steps of bringing us to becoming better versions of ourselves. And so please help me again, clap for the organizers. Thank you so much. I believe that we've been talking a lot from when Miss Joy was talking and Miss Helen was talking. You know, Miss Helen was so detailed, talked about what does it look like in Asia? What does it look like in America? What does it look like in Africa? I really want to major a lot with the family circle. Because the family circle is everything. It, you know, we have a popular saying that says, charity begins at home. So if the family can get it right, then we can get it right. And then, what is really family? Family is made up of parents and children. And my topics, I have like 4 topics in one. My topics are supporting focus, encouraging emotional regulations, building routines, strength-based parenting. I'm a pastor, so I'm going to say Matthew 18 verse 6 says something that every time I have the opportunity to speak to parents, I start with that because he says that, he says, whosoever causes these little ones that have already believed, say, whosoever causes this little one that already believes, not to believe, to fall on the wayside, to sin. Jesus said it would have been better for them to have a big mighty stone on their neck and be thrown into a sea. And for me, it explains the weight of parenting. It explains the whole weight of parenting. And you know, when Miss Helen was talking, she said, why do we send children to school? Why are we sending them to school? And all the answers were correct. We send them to school to equip them, simply. That's the truth. We realize that we cannot do it by ourselves. And so we partner with other people. We partner with other organizations. And we say, yes, I believe in this organization that they can help me mold my child into that plan that God has already planned. So there's a plan from the beginning. There's an agenda from the beginning. There's a vision from the beginning. And you know, like when she was talking, she said, do we just wake up and say, let the child just go to school six months, some 3 months, right? And they're already in school. Is that just because that's the norm? When you give birth to a child, just send the child to a school. No. It's first of all because we believe that the child needs equipping. And because the child needs equipping, and you're saying to yourself, I cannot do it by myself. I need someone else. I need an organization to partner with me to equip this child. Then you send the child out, irrespective of whatever the child is going to learn. So the first stage of the journey, for me, I believe that the parent, as a parent, you need to understand the vision of that child. And what is really the vision of the child? You need to understand that every child that comes in, we were children. Oh yeah, we were children. Some of us, we are in our 40s now, some in our 50s, some in the 30s, some in the 60s. But we were once children. And we came into this world. And here, look at where we are today. Sometimes, even reading your profile, you're wondering, am I the one that I'm reading the profile? Because look at the journey that God has helped you go through, sail through the process. And so sometimes when you meet with people, they begin to tell you their tales. They begin to tell you their stories. They say, oh, if maybe my mother, had done this, or maybe my father had done this, or my guardian had done that and done that and done that. We're quick to point the hands. This is the reason why when we have opportunity, as parents or as guardians, we must of necessity understand what is the vision. The vision for everyone on planet Earth, when God packages that child and put it in that womb, and then we deliver that child, the vision of that child is to make the world a better place. That's the vision of every child. That's the vision of everyone. So today, I could hold this microphone, and I'm not shouting, and the one outside can even hear me, or the one behind can hear me. There's an AC that is making us cool in this place. There is, visibility. There's light making us to see each and every one of us. It was not made by God. It was made by man. Everything we see on planet Earth, from the bricks that make this hall, to the floor, to everything that we see, was made by man. And so man is designed to make the world a better place. So that child that God has given unto you, there's an agenda concerning that child. When Jesus was born, the Bible said, they came to him and said, look, God wants to give you a child. And this child is to deliver Israel from the Philistines. So there was a proper agenda from heaven. Not just because, Manoah was crying, I need a child, I need a child. When we will marry, Lord, give me a child. There's an agenda from heaven. Some of us are using iPhones now. We're using Samsung. We're using this. There was an agenda in heaven from the very beginning. And so some people are fulfilling that agenda. Once you begin to understand that there is a vision for that child, there is a vision, there is something that God has packaged, and that child has to deliver, then you will begin to know that focus is important. When talking, she said, we said a lot of things that parents can do to enhance, right? Yes. If we do not know if we don't know the vision, I tell you the truth, you will take these things for levity. You will even take him paying school fees with joke. You can do something else and forget about school fees. Because you will not know the end sense. That time is running out. And time is of essence. This is the reason why when Ms. Joy was talking about, she said, early intervention. So the time I'm supposed to be using to do other things, I'm supposed to know that heaven is depending on me. And heaven has given me all the capacity, all the technical know-how to be able to raise that child. Whether be it a teacher, or a parent, or a guardian, or the society head, there's an agenda from heaven. that needs to be pushed. That is why the very first topic is important, supporting focus. If we want to run this journey, we must know that if our attention is focused on the vision, then we will begin to support. Because I believe that what Miss Helen was doing was actually helping me to talk about the supporting focus agenda. If I can know that my child is going to do this and do this and do that, then I will begin to put in focus. I will begin to narrow my ends. Not just doing what everybody feels like doing. Not just, some people just wake up now and say, this is what is going on. Can you? Sometimes when someone is engaging, you're wondering, are you just following the trends? Are you just following the trend? Or do you even know what it is? Because that will help you to support the focus. And that will keep you as a parent, irrespective of what is going on. And so it doesn't matter whether the child is a high flyer child. You know those children, before you say one thing, they've already given you the answer and tell you the date and when it came. There's some gifted children. Some of them are just typical children. They're just okay kids. To the ones that you have to do some extra work, you have to go some extra mile, you have to keep your focus. And I say it every time. Knowing who you are helps you to keep your focus. Knowing who you are helps you to maintain your lane. It will help you not to navigate your path through other people's lenses. So if I have a child that I need to work extra for, it will help me my focus will not be based on what the other child is doing. I have 4 biological children. My first child is 20 years. So I cannot compare them. The focus that I'm giving concerning this child is different from the focus I'm giving concerning the other child. That's just the way it is. So knowing is the beginning of wisdom. That knowing is the beginning of wisdom. And it will help you to align your focus. It will help you to streamline your focus. And then it will give you speed. Oh, it will give you speed. When you know your focus and you begin to support it, it gives you what? Thank you. It gives you speed. I give you a practical example. I like to give examples. And I will give a lot of examples about myself. Most of the times I give a lot of examples about myself. I have my son. Today he's 20 years old. He's in university. Now when I give birth to my son, like every other mom that you marry and then you're pregnant and I was so deliberate. I said, Lord, give me a male child. And I was so intrigued by it, and I was asking God every day for detailing. And I was saying, God, I need this child to look like my husband. I wanted my son to look like my husband. And I prayed it. I even prayed about his color. I didn't want him to just be so dark like me. I wanted him to be lighter. I was particular. I'm telling you. I was very particular. And then I gave back to this, my handsome son. And just like the way I prayed, God gave me that, my son, looking so much like the dad. Well, along the journey, my son was diagnosed with severe autism, the highest of all. I needed to understand my path. It was my path. I didn't need to compare myself with my sisters. They too had sons. But the quicker I align myself, then build my focus, I'm supported. So support really comes because sometimes we want to sympathize, which is going to make me move to my very next topic. You want to put your head here. You're looking for who to rest on. Wake up. Pick up your bed and walk. So I believe that the more you identify your focus, the more you are supported, the more you understand how your emotions will regulate your path. And that takes me to the next topic that was given to me. Encouraging emotional regulation. If I do not know my vision, and I do not know my focus, my emotions will run everywhere. How many of you know that? Sometimes even in marriages, whenever I have the opportunity to speak in marriage classes or marriage discourse, I say it every time. Lack of not really knowing why you are married will make your emotions to run anyhow. Just running anyhow. Why, you're just running because you don't know. There's great difference between I'm dating someone and I'm married to the person. The responsibilities are different. And so if I'm not trained into that, if I do not align my focus into this, I may be running up and down. Why is my husband asking for food? When we were marrying, he was not asking for food. He can just say, let's go and buy suya. We take suya and malt on the road. And he kisses you, say, good night. You are happy. When you are married, you will know that your husband will take breakfast, lunch, dinner. Life becomes different. And sometimes, because we are not even well schooled and well focused on that, that can begin to hammer on our emotions. Do you know that? That's how it is in parenting. I want to, before, as you are having one, sometimes before you see, you are pregnant for the next one. As you are trying to understand what's going on, suddenly, boom, you're pregnant for the next one. Say, I don't even understand. I don't even know. You will not know that you are a mother. Is someone feeling me here? Thank you. So you need to understand that your focus will drive your attention and it will help your emotions. If you can understand your focus, then your emotions will be in order. You will know, like I said, when my son was diagnosed, I have sisters that have sons that were doing, averagely in their own space. But I had my dealings. And then, because I knew what I wanted, I streamlined my focus. It didn't matter whether I knew that, okay, this is what is going on. I began to acquire knowledge from it. I want to know what to do. Not just what people are telling me. Not just from the side. I began to dig. What is God saying about it? What are the experts saying about it? What is everything that I needed to know was in my heart. Your emotions are key. And so I began to streamline myself. Child of God, when you get to this place of emotions, you need to be very sure of what you're doing. I tell you the truth. Because you see, a little bit of match pass. All the children are matching like this. And then your own is now doing like this. And it can scatter you. It can scatter you. You need to put that emotion in order. Because without you, the parent, the child cannot thrive. Not the school. You. You are the God of that child. You have to put your emotions in order. That if your child is going this way, it's okay. You can run from the crowd and arrange your child. It doesn't matter what other people are saying. There are some people that will say some odd things. Sometimes devil will tweet some people just to do some things so that you feel bad. Be strong. Be strong in the Lord. Be strong. I remember when my son was 4 and he could not talk. And I went to church that day and I was going back. So my father's driver that has been driving my father since when I was 6 years old. That's like a brother to me, isn't it? Like an older brother to me. He's been driving my dad since when I was 6 years old. So he carried me with my dad's car and was going to drop me. And my son, he could not talk then. He just blabs. He just, and he would just be making that constant, Who knows what I'm talking about? That's, like this, And then that wonderful elder brother of mine said to me, so what is he saying? I said, I don't know. He said, if you the mother, you don't know. He said, if you the mother, you don't know. The way he said it, in my dialect, say, if you, the mama, you know the year and say, what did the one can do? I was quick to know that he's not the one speaking, it's the devil that is speaking. And I kept mute. I didn't bother. My focus was, see, I know where I'm going to. I can decide to get angry and say, why, brother, why will you say that kind of things to me? It can bring more quarrel. It can even demarcate us as family. But I know him. He's a wonderful person. He's a wonderful person. And so I left him. Your emotions have to be well regulated. If you begin to regulate your emotions according to the temperature of heaven, not according to the temperature of the things that are around you, your child will begin also to regulate. Sometimes you think they don't have emotions. Their emotions are way wider than yours. They look at you. If something is happening, you're already shouting, why are you doing like this? Why are you, oh yeah, come, and you're dragging. The child is already, something is going on with the emotion here. Until you are strong for that child, until the child understands that you don't care about what any other person is, you are focused, that child too will learn. Sometimes you're thinking that they're not seeing you because you know they are just everywhere, they're just doing. No, your emotions matter a lot to them. And if you begin to move, I will really want to run because I want to take questions. If your emotions move, then you'll be able to build routines. The top topic given to me is building routines, solid routines. Look, if you have strong emotions, you will build routines that will aid. You know, when you were talking, you just told the story, the Ben Carson story. What did the mother do? She built routines. That's what she did. She realized that my sons are failing. We're in a wrong environment. What do I want? What do you even want? What do I want as a mother? You know, because the white man says that. He said even wishes were horses. Even fools will ride on them, isn't it? So every parent is just wishing that the vision of God will just come to pass. Every parent is just, just wishing that it's okay, the child is going to be good. No! The child will not be good if you don't build routines. Routines is key. If you have ever paid attention to kings when they give birth, immediately a king gives birth, either a boy or a girl, prince or princesses, the kingdom knows that a prince has been born. So what happens? They begin to train that child to becoming a king tomorrow or a queen tomorrow. So it is not about the child. It's not about what the child wants. I always say to parents, you have to learn to conquer your children. Children cannot conquer you. You know how a parent said to me, you know that your child cannot really function very well with gluten and casein free and with all the additives. And we have talked about it. And you have agreed to say, yes, I'm not going to give this child this thing. Then the next 2 weeks, I see the child again with sweet and all that in the bag. Then I reach out to the mom and I said, we have had this discussion and I'm saying don't do this to this child. She says, but he's crying. He's crying? He's crying. I sent a message to the father. I needed to see the dad. I needed to see the dad. And she was mad with me. She said, why did you shoot it to my husband? I said, because you are not functioning well. You're not functioning. There's a dysfunction somewhere. Say because the child is crying. Well, I give example about myself. When my son wasn't talking and I needed to fill up his words, then we bought the Bee Bumblebee. Maybe some of you don't know. It's a long CD in those days, long ago. We bought over 50 CDs. It's for special needs children to build their vocabulary. We bought over 50 CDs. We don't watch any other thing in the house apart from that. Once TV is on, that's the only thing that we play. Back and forth. Whether there are other children in the house, whether all my sister's children are there, whether that's what is going to play. When I knew that casein and gluten was affecting my son, and I changed his diet, when my son was just 5 till today, I don't take cubes in my house. I don't use Maggi cubes and not cubes and all of that. Over 15 years ago, I stopped it. When I knew that, addictives were bad for my son, I took them off the entire house. And so when I had to buy bread machine, I was making bread by myself. I made sure that everything that was available on this earth, there was something that I was going to use to, what is it called? A supplement to it. I got chewing gums from natural fruits. I got sweets from natural fruits. So if we go outside and someone is taking a sweet, I have the one in my bag to give to my son. It was a must. There are times he will cry. He will, on the ground, he's upset. That's okay. I stand with him. I'm standing there. And I say, you need to stand up because you know this is good for you, isn't it? Whether he was listening or he wasn't listening. I made sure it was a must. I put him in the children's department in school. Anything that children were doing, my son was doing. Whether he's running this way, we are standing there. There was a day we were in church and they were playing football. My son ran away. We looked for him, brought him back. He was back into the church. I'm not getting angry. We're not going home. There are times the pastor is preaching. He's running. Then he didn't know his boundaries. We're back to the seat. I put him there. And then people will speak. There were different times women came to me and said, because you are not allowing him to play, that's why it's like this. Your trouble is not my trouble. I say, thank you, ma. God bless you. I carry my son. I'm going. Today, my son is in university. Today, my son can drive by himself. Today, my son is talking. Today, my son is doing everything. When my son couldn't dress himself, I will stand there. This is what? This. This is what? This. Tomorrow we go. I stand there. Building routines require you as the parent, not school. There's nothing the school can do. I'm telling you the truth. And nothing but the truth. There's nothing the school can do. The school is only to enhance what you are already doing. That's what it does. There's nothing the society can do. Don't blame any society. If we were in the outside world, well, I lived in Canada before. Go check the outside world. They really don't care about you. It is what you are willing to do. You make up your mind in this agenda. Build your routines. When my son, I was going to teach my son, you wake up in the morning, this is what you do. I posted pictures, numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, morning routines. In the morning, we point that. What do we want to do now? This one. All right, we'll go brush. What's the next thing? This one. That's good. What's the next one? This one. That's it. What's the next one? Now, do I do that? I did that over how many years ago? I don't do that anymore. So I'm talking to you. Is my son with me? No. Am I bothered about him? No. But before, I could not leave him. I was building routines that has enhanced his life today. Today, he's independent. He's completely on his own. He's doing well. So that's the way it is. Today, I can say, oh, Tammy, have you checked your distance? Do you say, Mama, I don't have money anymore in my account? I said, okay, I'm going to send you money. Sometimes when I'm doing that, I say, oh, Lord, aren't you a good God? Aren't you a good God? I got my textbooks, really? Yes. When my son wrote one of his exams, my heart, I said, what's going on? Thank you. What's going on? So I said, let me ask him. So I took the questions. And I said, oh Mama, okay. I said, this number 1. What's script writing? Because my son is reading film and multimedia. I said, what's script writing? He said, no, I didn't answer that. I answered 2, 3. I said, oh. He said, because the questions were only to answer 6 to answer 3. I didn't even read the instructions. He had to tell me, he said, no, I didn't answer that. I answered. I said, oh, okay, what he was telling me. See, I knelt down and said, God, you are a faithful Father. So, building routines is the only way to go. Whether you have an exceptional child, let me talk about exceptional children. My daughter, when I gave birth to my daughter, she was a daughter of consolation. You know how this one he has pulled all the reggae. You know when your head don't play dada? Eh? God now gave me a sweet girl. Before you say one, she can say 50 things at once. Maths can do. So I just felt, this one is packaged from heaven. No need. Let me just focus here. Then I realized, no, I'm losing order here. I'm losing order. If I see that this child is talented, I am supposed to build routines to enhance her. Then I started my routines again. That's the way it goes. My third daughter now, I built routines. Before I came this morning, how far? Where are you? What have you done? Yesterday night, how many hours did you read? How many hours did you read? So I read this and read. I said, okay. So in your jam, listen, how many? I did this. We must do it. It's a routine. So she knows. You must build routines. When I went to teach my child how to play piano, oh, if I give you my story, we won't live here. I'm telling you. They say, when I knew that playing musical instrument is very good for the brain. You know, we're talking about developing the brain. Then I knew, I read, and then I knew that this brain is a plastic. You can mold it the way you want to. I say, what are you talking about? And we will do it. We will do this thing. It wasn't easy. I didn't know how to play piano. I will play musical, the instructor will come. My son will bite his hand. I'm standing there. You must do it too. Today he plays piano. Very well. I went through that. Today my son can swim. When I knew that swimming can enhance the brain, it's a must. He has to do it. He's a good swimmer. So you must. I remember when I wanted to enroll my child for driving. Even my husband said, are you sure Tammy can do this? I say, if he has gone through all this driving, he will drive. He will drive. He will drive. The Bible says that we can do all things through Christ that strengthens us. All things, not some things. All. Do you have God's word here? Root it out. Root it out. So your routines. See, nothing is stronger than routines. Because immediately, you see, just go and check out what happens to those kings and queens. That is why they teach them international relations. They teach them multiple languages. Because they know that tomorrow they're going to be kings. There's an agenda in their head. That's the way it should run in your heart if you are a parent. So when a teacher is talking to you and saying, and the child, you say, don't worry, I know, because even at home we do this, we do this. So if you can put this and put this, the teacher will say, God bless you. The matter will be good. You will have obstacles here and there. You will fall. The Bible says, righteous man falleth 7 times. He said, but he will do what? Rise again. Thank you. The last one that we're just going to run up, and then we'll give the space for questions. If you can build firm foundations that would put you on focus, and establish good emotions. You have to establish them. Your emotions cannot go up and down. And then you build those strong routines. Ben Carson's stories is what we can see today. We have so many other life testimonies that we can look at. The last place says that building strength-based parenting. You cannot be a strength-based parent without enacting all these things I've said. And so if you want to become that parent tomorrow, I believe when we're talking about this kind of stories, maybe you're here and you're saying, oh, I wish my child is already doing this. I wish my child is already doing that. I want to be that strong base parent. Then you must have pillars, these things that we have talked about, that will help you, that will strengthen you, that you can stand on at any time. There's another one that's coming again. Like now I have a 6-year-old, my tata in my house. Yes, the routines are ongoing. That's the way it goes. As we're coming for the same, Mama, so when are we starting our swimming class? I say, well, immediately we finish this holiday, now we're starting 10 classes. Are you ready? Yes. They know. I will give my time. I'm a busy person, but my children know that I give my time. If we have to go swimming, I will go swimming. We will go. because I know that once it is done, if that child already knows how to swim, do I bother again? No. If the child already knows how to play the piano, do I bother again? No. If this child is doing violin, I pay. I said, okay, come. And then when the violin instructor is there, I'm there. I'm there. I'm discussing every bit. My daughter is in the university. When you say, I'm doing, I said, your maths, where's the maths? You say, 211, quickly. I said, okay, that's linear maths. Okay, let's go. Matrix. Where are you on matrix? She's in university, but we talk about it. Where are you on matrix? I've been able to say, okay, now we're on vectors. I said, okay, good. You are in vectors. What is your concern? What's the major concern you have now on vectors? Let's dissect it. She's in university, but that's the way to go. So you must have time. You want to be that solid mother and father, you must create time. You cannot be too busy, because very soon, just like the way we are getting older. If you are shouting that this my child that is very small is not in university, it means that you are getting older, is it not so? If you don't train them well, what happens to you tomorrow? What happens to you tomorrow? So I leave the podium and leave it for questions and answers. If there are any at all. And even the ones I didn't speak about, please bring it up. Thank you so much.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Can we give another round of applause? We are so blessed to have both of you here today. We have learned a lot. We don't intend to keep us. We have lots. If they both stood here, you saw the way she ran away. I know. She also had to run away because if it's to talk about their experiences, we have a lot to talk about. But we do not intend to keep you that long. We know you have questions, so we'll be taking your questions. While the questions are coming, I want to say that, like our last speaker said, Evangelist Former Kings Jack, it's not easy. But when you invest the time and the effort, eventually, you'll be saying like her, God, is this me? Oh, God, thank you. Because God will always support. Once you plant the seed, God will come to your rescue. He will support you. He will encourage you. God is a sweet father. He will encourage you. But you invest. Make the effort. The goal of every child is to make the world a better place. Did you catch that? Make the world a better place. But how can the child make the world a better place? If the child is not equipped, if the child is not regulated, if you who should regulate the child, you are not even regulating yourself. Did you do your homework? Did your mommy not see this work? Mommy, she was pressing phone. Or she was watching series. I don't know, there are different things that they watch, you know. He sleeps late. He will not leave TV alone. Excuse me? Are you a parent? You know, so let's have the questions. Today is not about judgment. Today we are here to empower ourselves. To take this call parenting that God gave to us. And say, God, thank you for this opportunity. I will make you proud. To equip us with what it takes to make God proud when it comes to making children thrive. That's why we are here. So let's open up. Let's ask questions. The experts are here. The educators are here. We are here. We'll answer the questions. So the floor is open for questions and answer time. Whether you're an educator or you're a parent or you're just a guest or you're an aspiring parent, it's a good time to ask the questions. So just ask the questions. Let them start coming. Do you have anyone that have come to you? Online? Okay, we have some questions. You're here. There's already a question from online. So please, make sure that you're first partaker. Let your questions come. Are they going to be, is it going to be oral? We'll take microphone to them, or are they writing down? Okay, so please, are ushers giving them anything to write on? No. So until ushers bring, please, who is breaking the ice? We already have our hands up. Please, do you have the microphone already?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Good morning once again. I must say I want to commend Prazel for this session. It's really enlightening. I didn't know what to expect. In short, I didn't really want to come. When my son told me about it and Mrs. Bilibo had to call me, I said, okay, let me come. I've learned a lot. My question, thank you. My question is for the last speaker. She spoke a lot about being very involved in her children's life. I want to ask, how do you stay refreshed? Because there are times that you have so much to do, and okay, for instance, my daughter, I'm a STEM person, and I really enjoy maths a lot. And I realize she's struggling with this, and I'm wondering, is it possible? Why? So there are times that at the end I'm like, okay, bring your maths, let's look at it together. But by the time I'm done with all the chores, everything that I have to do, I'm looking at the maths and I'm so exhausted. So at the end, I just tell her, okay, don't worry, we'll do it another time. Okay, just do this. And finding that time, you are really tired. So how do you stay refreshed, or how do you replenish enough to give back to them? That's my question.
Okay. Should we? Okay, let's keep answering. So, one at a time. Let's answer, right? Yes. Okay, so that's a very good question. Because there are times you get burnt out. Oh, yeah. There are times you feel, why me? And that's why we talked about the emotions. There are times, but you must just know, just like when you want to write an exam. If you want to write an exam and you want to pass, you must have done so many other things, but you know you just have to read. And the exam is 8 a.m. tomorrow. You know, it's just pressing. Sometimes why we feel, okay, don't worry, can you just take it tomorrow, we'll continue. It's just because you feel that there's an alternative. If there is no alternative, that's the way my mind works when I'm doing things. If there is no alternative, and I know that there's no alternative when it comes to my children, so I just have to. I may be very tired, but I have to. There were times where my son, one of the ways to increase the flow in the brain so that the cells can work is puzzles. So if you have a child that you want to stimulate the brain, the child must do puzzles. So at that time, my son didn't have much words. There were just few words. But then we began to push him into puzzles. Like I said, it was a must. So it's you and this puzzle. We started from the very big ones that are just big, that, you know, we can do together. So sometimes, as it was getting more complex and the puzzles are becoming smaller, you know, it takes longer time. And I'm tired. Yes, it takes longer time. I'm tired, but I still have to be patient. And you know, sometimes I just want to just do it for him quickly. Let me just, let's Kukuma just finish. What is this? But I know that I've not done the job. So I'm just patient. Knowing that no other person can do it for me. You can have help, you know, housemaids and all that. Is very vital so that they can do some other tiny other chores. I always say it when I'm teaching, you know, especially marriage classes. If you have so much to do, please get a help. Sarah had helps, maids, not one maid. Yes. Rebecca too had maids. They all had, Leah, they had maids, not one maid. So if you use home chores as an excuse, because home chore, you know, you don't finish. Before you see, they poured water. Before you see, you are hanging clothes. Before you see, those things are byproduct, or the child has to go out. Nobody will remember that you were hanging clothes and were cooking in the night if the child doesn't come out productive outside. So this part is very important. Huh? Is that okay? Am I answering your question, ma'am? Thank you very much.
Please. Thank you for that question. Thank you for the answers, Mama Fome. So, during her discourse. I believe that if you build routine around your STEM knowledge, and you want to, me, I know math, I love math, and you are struggling with math, it's me and you. If you build routines around the impartation, you will go far. Yes. So I think routine will take off that sense of burnout, apart from the advice she has given. Because we know that it's Saturday, it's 3 p.m. What do we do on Saturday, 3 p.m.? We do STEM, we do math. Then if actually people will come and say, we have an event for 3 p.m. on Saturday. Oh, we have an event for 3 p.m. And which is more on your own, you will wait. So if in a month, you can give out one and give 3 to your daughter because your daughter is important. So I believe that if you build routines around what you want to achieve, I believe that it will go a long way. That's my support for that answer. Thank you.
Let's assume you need to be somewhere. You need to be somewhere by that 3 p.m. Take the child along. Let everybody, that's the way it worked for me. You must know me and my children. It's impossible. You cannot know, you must know me and my children. Yes, because who else? So we are together. If I'm doing this now, as you see that I was doing here, I was on phone trying to, I sent the message. Yes. So if it's serious, that is so serious that you have to be somewhere, take the child along. That's what you are doing. I remember one day we were in the embassy. My husband was there, we were in the embassy. It was the time for my son and my daughter to start doing their multiplication timetable. Yeah, their table. We were in the embassy. I gave them the paper and the book. I asked them, because you know when you enter into the embassy, they don't allow you to carry anything. I said, please, can you give me pen, crayon, something? They gave me. Oh yeah, quickly. Start doing it 2 times 2 there. So we don't break our routines. That's the way it goes. Is that okay? God bless.
Thank you, ma'am. So we've taken a question here. So we're going to a question online. And the question says, how do you manage? Madam, please, this question.
Yeah, we'll take more questions. Let's just answer this online question.
We take it interchangeably.
Yes, interchangeably.
This question goes to Evangelist Fume Kings Jack. The question says, how do you manage a child with learning needs when you do not have funds because managing them is expensive?
Okay, very good question. And I get this question almost every day. How do I manage a child? You can start with everything that you have. You know, most of the times, people always look at things that you think should hinder you. We always pay attention to the things that we think will hinder us. Pay attention to your available things, the things that you can do. Start with that. If I need to start with taking away knock cubes from you cook with Maggie every day now. Take it out. I mean, it has even reduced the cost. Building routines is not expensive. It's your mind and your home. So if you say, you need a child, because one of the things that happens to special needs children sometimes, they can't sleep very well when their brain is tweeting. So the long sleep time is important. You have to learn to regulate your house. When we're talking about the sensories and all that. You have to learn to regulate your house enough to know the things that are tweeting in that home that's making the child not to be restless. So that's not expensive. Because sometimes even the TV noise is making the child not, look, PS4 game. I bought that game for my son like a reward. I went and queued under the cold and bought it. Well, when my son started playing that thing, I realized my son started doing, I didn't know. For days, his face would be bending this way, and he's doing like this. And I'm asking everybody, what's going on? And he was playing that thing, enjoying it, and it was a reward. Until I had to go and read the thing, all those papers. I started reading, I said, they wrote it there that one of the side effects of it. Quickly, I had to change the resolution. That particular resolution that my son was using was bad for my son. So sometimes it is not about money. It is your willing heart first. Just be willing. When they said, what can we do?
Okay, let me just add to that quickly. I love the fact that she said, what's in your hands? That's the truth. I've seen parents that, of course, they complain, this is not available. It's time to think outside the box. Before you go buying these toys and this puzzle and this, and oh, you don't have the money to, what do you have in your house? The cardboard, what's this carton? Oh, in fact, when I do therapy with things that I got outside, it's always even more fun than the ones that we have to go buy. Start with what you can get. Is it the, what am I saying? Tiles. What are we saying? Tiles. I had to teach a child, that particular boy I mentioned, I taught him to spell using tiles. We didn't go far. The classroom there, we were jumping tiles. Then the silly board had this type of, I don't know if you know, we were using them. So, like she said, don't even think of what do I have to acquire, what do I need to, it's expensive. Like she said, even the therapy, if you can't afford the therapy, you are the therapist. Are you there? So the first thing is the time. It's expensive, yes. But that if you can give that expensive time, you have given 80% of the expenses you need. 80%, every other 20% you cannot do as it comes. But you see the time. And that is all you need, the time and the knowledge. I had a parent that came from Aba and she wanted me. I told her, no, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to train you and you are going to work with your child. She said, don't you have anybody in Aba? I said, she's even staying at this something of your house, something, I can't quite get that name. Oh, Hafia, thank you. And I said, you're going to come. After the assessment, I said, it's not realistic. You have to be the therapist. Told her what to, even the room, she had to get a place in the house there. The room, the painting, she had this very colorful, I said, we're going to dim these colors because the boy is very, very excited, hyper. So even he had an orange room. I said, you're going to make this work worse. We toned down the colors. We taught her what to do. She would send to me. We were communicating. That was it. And if you see how far this child has gone, she didn't buy anything. She just turned whatever she had in the house and made time for that boy. So therapy may not be expensive as you think. It just, if the most expensive aspect of therapy is the time. If you can give that one, I mean, you don't need thousands and millions. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question.
Next question, please.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thank you, Madam Prazel, for educating our kids. Thank you, Mrs. Magada, for forcing me to be here. I'm enjoying myself. Madam, I want to especially thank you because you are actually talking to me. I have two types of kids. One talks a lot and one does not talk. The one that does not talk is a special need child. They are both girls. And then the one that talks extra, like she challenges me. And the little challenge I have with her is her teacher teaches her a way of, like you're talking about the math. I've passed, when I did my year 2 was years back. So there are certain things I can't remember. And I don't want my child to know that I don't know this. Yes. So when she's solving the math and she's excited about it, and then she comes with, in a way her teacher taught her, like 3 times 3 is this. My 3 times 3 are just 3 times 3 and I know it. But she's telling me there's a circle, there's another circle, there's supposed to be. I don't know your type of how you get your answer because it's not the same way and it has been long. So she challenges me till the extent I have to call the teacher. Look, this girl is challenging me and it frustrates me. Ariana, if you know it that way, then move. But I feel it that I'm transferring aggression. And I called the teacher and I'm like, please, what is the way you are teaching at this extent? Because she's frustrating me. This thing I'm telling you, like she's challenging me. Mommy, you are wrong and I hate that. So I let her be. My question is, at a point, she comes with another math that I don't know the answer. I don't know how to solve. and I'm embarrassed. What I do is I'm coming. If you know, do it. And how do I solve that kind of problem? Like a math, like I don't remember how to help her when I'm supposed to help her. That's for the one that talks. And the one that's my special needs child. How am I supposed to know that this environment is good for her? Because, yes, I've seen a little, just a little. She's 4 now. I've seen a little change. Like her potty training took a longer time, you know, because she's special. But she has changed. Yeah. Before she used to wear a diaper like throughout, but she has changed now. The school is helping with that. I'm encouraged. But her exams, they are writing exams now. She's not doing anything, and I'm feeling bad. And I know it's not their fault. It's not my fault. How do I come in with that? How am I supposed to know that this is where she's supposed to be? You know, that's for the special needs child. Do I take her elsewhere to be like, yeah? That's my question. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Very interesting. One can talk so much, and then you don't want to say, I don't know this thing. It's okay. You can say, I don't know it. It's not a problem about that. If, yeah, like I said, what are you learning now? Matrix. I did matrix years ago. But if my child is doing matrix, I tell her, I think I'm forgetting the steps, so I'm going to read this in again and go for it. Then I come back to you. Then we do this. Yes, it's not a problem. Yeah, because I've done it over 20 years ago. What am I talking about? About maybe 25 years ago or so. So it's not a problem. And also, there needs to be consistent back and forth with the teacher when you have that kind of a child. You need to know where you are. If you are doing consistent assignments with that child, you'll be quick to know where the child is and the kind of methods they are using in school and where they are going. Like if the child is very vital, so just be involved in the assignments constantly. Thank God she's not, she's the one that comes to you every time. So let that assignment be constant, and you will know if we are teaching fractions, what brought us to fraction, because school curriculums don't just jump to fraction. They will do additions, they will do, subtractions, they will do multiplication, division before they will go into fraction. So if you begin to follow the precepts like that, you will not be swayed. I don't know if you understand. And then good relationship with the teacher is very vital. If only the time you're calling the teacher is the time when you cannot do the assignment, is also a thing there. If at the beginning of the term or as the term is going on, you say, okay, where are we now on maybe understanding the world? It depends on the topic, on the subject. The teachers can tell you this, and then you know that, okay, the next topic is already this, right? So you can just push a little bit forward. So when she comes, it's very beautiful. That kind of a child is that's the kind of child we want to encourage. It help us a lot, because she's curious. And so we cannot dim down that curiosity just because you feel you don't know it. If you don't know it, it's okay. You just say, maybe, baby, it's okay, according to her name. And say, I'm going to check with your teacher. I'm going to get back to this, that kind of a thing. The two of you will be in sync. And you see that she'll be enjoying it. Seriously. Then for the child that is not yet there, and for example, they're already writing exams. That child, I believe, should have an IEP because he's 4 years old. So if the child is 4 years old and the child is already in school system, which is very good because of social skills, but you need to know where the child is. If the child maybe her strength is just on writing one, or just manning, or tacting, let me not use all those terms, on just, trying to know, okay, in this picture, identify all the yellows here. In this picture, can you circle this and circle that? If you, as the mom, know where the child is, the potty training, she would, so long we're consistent in what we are doing, I always say it is a learning curve going up. If it is horizontal, what are we not doing right? Because learning will take place. Learning takes place when it is done right. Then our curve should go up. If our curve that we are taking concerning that child is horizontal, something is not right. We have to understand what are we not doing right, not the child. Is that okay? Thank you.
And let me just add my voice to that. It's okay to not know what Ariana knows. When you went to school, and Ariana should know that. I remember when my daughter was just in year 2, The teacher told me that, please allow Theodora to know that you make mistakes. Calm down. Let her know that you're not perfect because she thinks you're perfect. My daughter adores me. And she just thought I don't know why, I don't even know what brought that from the teacher, but the teacher made me say, Mommy Prazel, let your daughter know that you make mistakes. She thinks you can't make mistakes. I said, wow. I had to sit her down and talk to her. So it's part of what our children need to know. Mistakes are not a problem. We can make mistakes. We can learn from them. So when you went to school, and what I learned in primary 2 is not what you're learning now. The age has advanced, Ariana. So I don't know this. Can I go? Is it okay? Let me go and research. And Ariana will see you as a confidant, as her friend. Her learning will improve because she knows that mom studied with me. Mom will go and check it out. Oh, Ariana will get up. Ariana will come back home with her homework excited, knowing that mommy is my partner. When it comes to research and assignment, we do it together. And she'll be happy. So it's okay that Ariana knows that you don't know. So take that one away. And then for your other daughter, like she has told you, she has advised, she ought to have what is called IEP, an individualized educational plan. And that's what we do in Prazer School. By the way, if you're new in Prazer School is a school that practices what is called inclusion. Inclusion is when you allow children who do not learn in the typical way to still be in the system, but take into cognizance their special peculiarity and follow them as long as the curve is going up. Just be consistent. Go with them. And, you know, so you have heard about her son being in university. It wasn't a joke. Okay, you have seen her personality when she was talking, when she was preaching. I won't say she was talking. Her personality showed. She is someone who has a strong personality, and she will impact it. And that child wrote JAMB not as a regular child. He wrote JAMB, he wrote WAEC not as a regular child. So you must be willing to go all that route. And now he's studying multimedia, film and multimedia in university. We have identified his area of strength, where he would do well. So you just support your child. Keep going. Don't look at the world. Look at your child, like she said, with focus, and just keep going. So work with your, what's the name of the other child now? No. Amira. Work with Amira and just work with the school. Today is about partnership. Work with the school. Let me just add a voice here, understand the situation that is going on. Don't do your own thing at home. Work with the school. It is very critical for the child's progress, you know. So the school may know that this child is special, and we may administer assessment in a way that she needs to have it. But if we're not working together with the home, the progress will be sluggish and slow, you know. And so, very important. I thought I should add my voice to that question. I didn't even know when I stood up.
Applause for Mommy Prazel. Now, I also want to add to this because, you know, sometimes parents, they mention that the children are not able to answer their questions during exams. You know, sometimes the reason is that it's not that the children are not answering their questions, but they are not answering the questions 100%. You know, sometimes you expect your child to score 60 over 60 in literacy, and because your friend's child is having a high score, so your own child should also have a high score. Children learn differently, and we have learned how the brain works. It's not the fault of the child. The child is learning, but in his or her own pace, so you cannot compare them. So the little wins that they make, please celebrate them. You know,